Henson-Conant, also known as Deborah, also known as DHC. And what I wanted to do tonight was play you some vision music. So I've been talking about it. I talked about it the last couple nights because I'm doing a workshop in teaching how to play it, but it's something that I really love to play as well. It's something that I discovered. I mean, I teach improv and I use improv in everything that I do, but I was teaching something else, and I wanted harpists to be able, the people that I was teaching, I wanted them to be able to improvise while they were doing this other thing. And so I wanted to come up with a way of improvising that didn't require reading music, where you could memorize what you're going to work on in about 10 to 15 seconds, and that could be played at any level. So what I'm going to play is the Vision Music Suite. It's 5 pieces, and each of them is based on a really tiny little idea, but then you take that idea and you apply compositional or improv principles to it. And you can play it, mellowly like this, or you can play it with a rhythm. That was the first movement. And the second movement is almost like a game. The first movement is based on this little motif. But the second movement is based on this game. With an A in the bass, you play all the white strings. And then you put a G in the bass and you play the white strings. And you can repeat that as many times as you want. with a rhythm or without. So that was the first movement. And the second movement. third movement. And the fourth movement. Now, if you play the harp, you will notice that I did not change any levers. I'm changing from mode to mode, but not from key to key. I did change some levers up here to get some kind of a bluesy sound in that third movement. And then the fourth movement is almost sort of Celtic. And then the fifth movement. It's like just coming home, just a harmony, but a harmony I love. And every one of these is very simple. It's not about learning a gazillion notes, but it's about trusting what you're playing and trusting you can find the music between the notes. So you start with something very simple, just something very simple, and you see where it takes you, and then you dream into that, what you're playing. You play something simple, something easy to do, easy for you. Let it go, let it take you where it takes you. And that's what I call vision music. A music that gives you visions, that takes you on a kind of vision quest inside yourself with something very simple, almost as simple as breathing, but with your fingers. And that is vision music. That's what I discovered. I mean that I was looking for something very simple. And what I found was something very simple, but that has so much to it. And because it focuses on what it means to allow yourself to improvise. You know, what it means. You know, it's so interesting because I meditate every morning, and I don't meditate for very long because it's hard for me to sit still. But it's a really beautiful thing. And in a way, I was searching for something like that was simple enough that it could be like breathing. And that it had, 5 movements, that it went somewhere, that it started somewhere, and then it went somewhere else. And then that became another place to be. I'm playing through it really fast, but a minute ago I just played through it really slow. So that's the second movement, and then the third movement, which has all this attitude, but it doesn't have to. It could be simple. It doesn't even have to have that bluesy element to it. So that's the third movement. And the fourth movement and when I say what it is, in this case, what it is really just what I'm doing with my left hand. Because what I'm doing with my right hand is making melodic shapes, making shapes. Because I don't have to worry about what notes I'm playing. I can play any notes, and I'm thinking about the principles, the basic principles of composition, like what are the roles, the bass, the accompaniment, and the melody. And it can be as simple as I want, or it can get more complicated. And then being able to go through these movements, it takes me through these modes, and it takes me through these feelings. And I can do it differently every day, or 5 times a day. And then it ends up with this harmony that I just love. And it just feels like it has this arrival. So I love playing it because you really can go off into a vision. And I love teaching it. And so I'm going to be teaching it tomorrow, but I just kind of wanted to come and play it. And I think I can see, if you were to chat to me, I think I could actually, oh, hello, Betty. So this was actually what I just, the vision music, I put in the post that I think there's a post that's connected to this video, and I put a link to where you can find out about it. If you play the harp, you can actually come to the workshop. But whether you play the harp or not, it's just, I don't know. I just think it's a beautiful thing to have this motivic way. Well, I don't know. I hope that it's nice to listen to as well. And that is really why I came here tonight. I wanted to come and play some, as well as just telling people about the workshop. So that is what I came to do. I have now done it. And so I am going to head off unless there's any questions. Oh, Kim, thank you. I'm so glad. What did you what was it about it that you found lovely? Oh, great, Betty, you'll be there. Oh, wonderful. I think you'll really love this. It's just so what one of the things that I love about playing it is that you can always go back to the simple parts of it. So in the first movement, and I love that there's 5 movements. So you can go from movement to movement. And when I was building it, I didn't really realize that's what was happening. And then I got to day 3 and I was like, oh, this is sweet. And these actually go in a circle. Like, I mean, it's, I don't know I always forget the names of the modes. This may be the Lydian mode. Somebody else will hear it that can tell you for sure. But it starts there. And then that's the first movement. And then the second movement, if I was playing all the notes, it would be A minor, but I'm not playing the notes that would let it sound like A minor. So it's just this beautiful kind of, well, it's actually a pentatonic scale. So it's this really beautiful openness. And then it's open, has a moving bass line. But what blew me away was that when I got to the next note, it just opened up the harmony. So it had this emotional quality to it. Kim is saying it was peaceful and then upbeat, but exactly that it could be whatever you want. Yes, if you keep the motif themes, it can be whatever you want. It can shift. And the other thing that I really love is you can sing with it like I'm singing, like the morning comes all over. You can sing with this music, just like you can play with this music, floating over the harmonies. And when it opens up, it's like a vista opening on a hill. And then it comes back and begins again. I just love the openness of it and where it can go. And all the different, and oh yeah, so I was explaining that it starts off in this pentatonic with A in the bass and then with G in the bass, and then it opens up to this F, just like it opens every string on the harp, and and then there's a D and the strings are all open, and then it moves from there to, it's actually kind of going around the circle of fifths. If you know anything about the music, it goes from A, then it goes down to D. And that has this kind of bluesy feel to it. And then from D, so it literally does go around the circle of fifths. And from D, then it goes up to G with this kind of Celtic feel. It doesn't have to have that, like it could be. So you can play all these different feels. That's in G, but it's not a G major. It's a G. I don't know the modes. So it's a G thing, and then it does come down to the C with this, right, with that harmony. And I remember when I was writing it and I found that harmony and I was like, oh, the love. I just love sitting on that. Kim says, I love when you sing the instructions and the details of what you're doing. Thank you. People tell me that, and I really love doing it, and then I get self-conscious about it. Connie, I'm so glad you like it. I don't know if you're going to be at the workshop tomorrow, but thank you, Kim, for reminding me of that. You know what's funny is that people actually tell me that they can hear the instructions better sometimes when I'm singing them than when I'm saying them. And honestly, Kim, I would sing my entire life if I could, because it's just makes more sense. Okay, so I am going to go to bed now. Thank you so much for listening. I'm really glad I got to come on here, and I really hope that I will see you at the workshop tomorrow, or if you're just a listener, I hope you really enjoyed this. And now, oh, I can sing this. Farewell and good night. I have so enjoyed this little window between us. Farewell and good night, and I wish you pleasant dreams. May you go somewhere in your dreams that you've never been and you've always wanted to be. Farewell, good night. Thank you so much for spending these moments with me. Connie's saying I tried to register for the workshop. Canada is missing, so it wouldn't follow. Oh no! Yes, please call them, Connie. Oh, I've seen that happen before, where the country that you're in isn't there. Yes, absolutely, do call them. And you know what I'll do? I'll email them tonight and let them know. It's easier to take it in. I'm like you. I would sing all day. I would sing all day if I could. That's what Kim Blaisdell would said I would sing all day if I could. And now, seriously, good night.